Welcome to another Monday Mini episode. Today, I want to introduce a very subtle practice or very subtle adjustment that we can use in our meditation practice called warming up the attention. When we're practicing meditation, we're practicing mindfulness, whether that's in a sitting meditation practice or in everyday life. It's really important to bring this quality of kindness, compassion, openness to our experience, which I think in our culture can be particularly hard to do. So, this adjustment here, this subtle practice of warming up the attention, is a way of bringing in a little bit more of this warm, kind, compassionate element into our awareness of whatever we're experiencing. And the way that we can do this, how I like to practice, is just putting a hand or two on the heart and taking a couple deep breaths into that heart space. So before we sit in meditation practice, we can actually warm up the attention. I think this is helpful to do sometimes before going into our mindfulness practice. Just sitting, putting a couple hands over the heart, taking a couple deep breaths into that space. It's almost just beginning to awaken those pathways in the brain, or starting to kind of warm up those muscles a little bit when we're about to go into something very difficult and challenging, which is sitting with our experience. So we can warm up those qualities, those muscles of kind, compassion, and awareness. And I think similarly in our meditation practice, if we find ourselves really struggling, our mind is really caught in thought, it's really swept away by something, or we're really struggling with a sensation or emotion that's hard to sit with, we can, again, warm up our experience here. You can just move your hands off of your lap, put them over your heart, take a couple deep breaths, remind ourselves that we're just here to compassionately witness what's happening. Maybe to take a step back from trying to effort so much and just observe with this warm, kind, gentle awareness. It's almost like warming up your cup of coffee or warming up your cup of tea when it begins to get cold. And I think this is also something that we can do in our everyday life, of course, in our experience of our day. We find ourselves really struggling with something, bringing a hand or two to the heart, or even just imagining that, or just taking a couple deep breaths into the heart space and seeing if we can cultivate this quality of consciousness. That is a Monday Mini. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the week.